Simpson is with me in the studio. John, when you consider all the major foreign policy decisions taken, let's say since the Second World War, where does this decision to invade Iraq fit in?
Well, I'm afraid it fits in with some of the very worst, Hugh. The decision to invade Egypt to try to keep control of the Suez Canal in 1956, which effectively brought British colonialism to a full stop. I would rate it also with the Soviet decision to invade Afghanistan at the end of 1979, from which the Soviet Union never properly recovered. I think America has suffered very, very heavily in its reputation as a result. And I think Britain's reputation has suffered simply because it's obvious that we played no serious part in the planning and organisation and the whole idea of the follow-through. British officials had some very clear ideas. They knew Iraq in a way the Americans didn't. Made no difference. There is one point, I think, which does have to be made, which is that Saddam Hussein was on a collision course with the West. He was bound to do something at some stage. But instead of allowing him to do that, as he had in 1990 when he invaded Kuwait, and really pretty much the whole world supported the Americans in liberating Kuwait, instead of that, the Americans went first, got in there first. I suspect that, in fact, I know that the British and maybe the Americans too thought that they'd find weapons of mass destruction, so the whole thing would in fact be self-justifying. And of course they didn't.
John, again, thanks very much. John Simpson there for us, our World Affairs editor. Can I just remind you that the full details of the Chilcot Report are available online. The address is bbc.co.uk/news. Together